Okay, today we're going to be making a fun movement card with a little truck called Loads of Love. You move it back and forth, and this would be a great card for fun Christmas cards. The stamp set also has birthday words and an accessory set that can extend it to Halloween or moving, all kinds of different things. So a super fun truck, and I'm going to show you how to make this card with relatively simple mechanisms. So we're going to start off with our background here, just a half sheet of old olive cardstock. And I have a piece of confetti white cardstock that's cut down to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, so it layers. And we're going to use the Christmas tree here from the Loads of Love stamp set, and stamp trees on the background in mellow moss and old olive. And through the magic of television, I already have the old olive trees done. We're just going to add some trees here in mellow moss, some random stamping. Okay, get some trees. We want lots of forest for a truck to drive through. Okay, and now we're going to take this and we're going to tear a piece of snow to go on the bottom. This is brocade blue, and the cardstock is about 1.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to tear the top edge so that it looks like fun snow. And I'm going to use the greeting here, which is wishing you loads of holiday cheer, Merry Christmas, in basic black. Now when the stamp comes, this is actually all one piece. It sits on the same side usually. But what I did was I chopped my stamp in half and I mounted Merry Christmas on one side and wishing you loads of holiday cheer on the other side, so that I don't have to always use a marker or another inking method if I only want to use part of my greeting. So I have this here, and I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas on the opposite side inside my card. So think about when your stamps come whether you might want to do some custom mounting and make a little bit more of your stamp set. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use my snail to attach this. There we go. And now I'm going to make the slot for my card. And the slot I'm going to make for our track for a truck uses the word window punch. And I'm going to slide this all the way up and go ahead and punch a couple times across there so that we have a track now all ready for our truck. And this is a super easy way to make these tracks. If you don't have the punch, the word window punch, you can use an X-Acto knife and go ahead and cut it, but the word window makes it so easy. And then I'm going to also use my 3/4 inch circle punch and line this up here and punch a little half circle on the side. And this is going to give a place for our pull tab to go when we have our card slider, so it's easier to pull a card and make the mechanism work. Alright, now this is going to get attached. When you do the attaching, you want to make sure that you don't put adhesive along the track here too close. So I'm going to put some adhesive at the top and bottom. I'll put a little bit here as sort of a stopper so that our truck can't fall out the far side. And then go ahead and line that up on our card. And for our pull, I'm using a piece of confetti white cardstock that's 8.5 inches by 1/2 inch. And I'm going to fold it in half so that it's just a little bit sturdier. And I'm going to go ahead and slide this in. Now before you slide this in, you want to go ahead and punch again. With your 1/2 inch or your 3/4 inch circle punch. And so now we have a cutout here for our slider. And I'm going to slide this piece in and get it all lined up here. Okay. And once I have this pretty much where I want this in the closed position, I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, which are super perfectly sized to fit right in the track of the card here. So I'll give you a good close-up view. Whoa, sorry. A good close-up view there. Yeah, that works with the slider right in the track. Okay. Okay, so now we're ready to put our truck on. And before I can add the truck, I need to stamp it. So I have my truck stamp here. And I'm going to stamp in basic black because I'm going to do some watercoloring. So you could use basic black or black StazOn for this. And, oh, we'll go ahead and ink it again. on the other side. Gotta love that two-sided cardstock. And I'm going to use my blender pens, which are part of the I Want It All kit. And these are a clear marker. They have a glycerol water mixture in them, so there's actually no color to what you're coloring. No color to the pen. You have to pull your color from someplace else. And you can use your Stampin' Pastels. In this case, I'm going to use my Ruby Red ink pad. I'm going to squish my pad so that the lid and the back are touching, and I'm going to end up with a big pool of ink that's touched the lid there, and then I can pull my color from there. And I'm just going to start kind of shading things in. This is a neat way to get some fun kind of watercolor effect. And one of the great things about watercolor is that there's a lot of variation in the tone. So everything's not exactly the same shade, like the effect you would get if you used a regular marker to do your coloring. So I'm going to kind of apply the color in one swipe and then just smooth a little bit around the edge. So you see how it goes from lighter to darker. When you're doing this, usually with watercoloring, you're going to find a place where you're darker kind of along the edges of things and a little lighter towards the center. We'll go ahead and add some more color on here. And do we get everything? Looks good. And you can always go back and add more color if you want some places lighter and some places darker. Here, we'll give it some red hubcaps here, just for fun. Okay, and then to add the highlights, I'm going to use my Zig paint marker, and I'm going to use the silver and color in the door handle. And then rather than color in the whole window here, I'm going to add some highlights here, kind of around the edge. And then I'll color in the back bumper. And the Zig is opaque, so you want to make sure you don't color over your black lines or it'll look like you're missing the edges to your bumpers here. And a little one there, and we'll do some more here. So here is our, there we go, our cute little truck. And we are going to go ahead and cut this out. Scissors here. And one of the tricks I always tell people, you've probably learned it in kindergarten, but I know I forgot and had to be reminded. You keep your scissors in the same place and just turn your cardstock around to get a nice smooth cut line. And when I cut things out, I generally like to leave a little bit of a white edge around. It kind of gives the whatever you're cutting out an extra border effect. So, alright, so we have our truck ready to go and our card. And we'll zoom in just a little bit here so you can see kind of what we're doing. All I'm going to do is peel the little hexagon things off. I don't know about you guys, but these are everywhere in my house. They get in the carpeting upstairs and everywhere. So go ahead and set your truck up for the position where you want your card to be closed. And go ahead and lay your truck on there. And then you have your card. And if you want to add one last little touch, you can grab a marker. Here, we'll do ours in silver here and just write pull right here on the side so that it's absolutely clear when someone gets this card that they can grab that little pull tab and make the truck move. Isn't it fun? Definitely one of my favorite cards. Thanks for watching.